Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to Gooner TV. It's time for another EPL match week review show. You know the place to be if you want to hear about all the breakdown of the games, hear about it from look at the analysis, look at the statistics, and we'll hold the reasoning about all the matches that took place this weekend. So of course, as is custom on the Jason Guna EPL review show, when you enter the building, you have to do some important things, right? You have to hit the like button. That's the first thing. Please, soon as you get here, just hit the like button. That is the best way to show your support, right? You can also share the content, let other people know that we're live and we are talk football. See? And of course, if you're new to the channel, first time finding it, this is a football channel where we discuss all football. We focus on EPL, Arsenal, of course, my side, and of course, Jamaica's national teams as well. So this is the place to be if you love football and you will like the reasoning about football here. So people, if your side, me not care what league, come and see Conrad in the building, La Liga, no matter what side you support, if your side get 3 points this weekend, please, people, drop some three in the comment section. Just drop three them in the comment section. My side got 3 points. I will put my three in the comment section. People, if your side win this weekend, put your 3 points in the comment section. I know some people can, I know some people can't. Yeah, man. Put your three in the comment section if your side get the W this weekend. Yeah, man. Big up Conrad in the building. Someone just finished watching the Super Bowl. Yeah, I was watching the Super Bowl for most of it. Like the fourth, I never really watched the fourth quarter to be honest. I kind of did do some little last minute preppings for the show. But yeah, I watched like the first 3 quarter and the halftime and all them someday. Yeah, so that is it. Up, Jeremy Lee in the building from Shirley. Big up yourself, Jeremy Lee. Hope all is well. Jagans, bless up yourself. Yeah, man, respect. If you see the it light up. I don't know why me can't see the green, but me know. Jagans, you're a real one. Respect for the membership, my bro. Yeah, my trees in the comments have to be one Barca. What you mean? Drop your tree, yes. Tree. You watch the whole thing? Yeah. So Super Bowl, Seahawks defense dominate the game basically. If you know NFL, if you know that game, um, Patriots couldn't do anything on offense. Basically, that was the story of the game. And it's not like Seattle had to be doing too much to win, but they did enough, and they are the Super Bowl champs, which I am happy about because me not like the Patriots. I don't like any Boston teams. Never have, never will. So yeah, glad the Seahawks did win, and the Patriots never win. Yeah. Yeah, man, Dappins in the building. Yo, 12 of you legends in the building from early. Please smash the like button because we're going to hold a reason tonight. And you know the EPL. If you follow the EPL this weekend was very, very, very interesting. And a lot of people worrying about my, well-being right now, seeing to how a game ended today. But my thing is, I think it was Christmas. Yeah, Christmas, we were 2 points ahead of City. We're a bit away from Christmas now, into the next month after Christmas, and we are now 6 points ahead of City. So I don't know, man. From what I see, we're doing fine, and we just need to take it one game at a time. I am a seasoned veteran when it comes down to watching Arsenal in seasons. So, City winning a last minute game don't really do much to my psyche because I know once the week start again and the game I play, that is what really matters. We can't control Man City. We know what Man City does in the end of seasons. They win like every game just about. This year the form wasn't looking like they could do it. But when you see a game like today where um, it just was them just being relentless in the end that got them the win. And they had just enough quality to get it over the line. And of course, big save from Donnarumma. So them have all the ingredients. Ruben Diaz is back. So a couple weeks ago it was Kusanov and some young youth, Alain, and now it's Diaz and Gay. So it's looking like wow, that's a great centre back pairing right there. So Hey, Man City is gonna forward, people. We knew this. There's a reason why what I'm gone six Premier League in 8 years or something like that. They weren't just going to go down and dead. We knew this though. We knew this though. That's why we had to fully lower the clip and get a bag of baller to try compete. And yeah, we have one and few injuries, but I think we can deal with injuries based on the squad depth and them things. So hey, it is what it is, bro. One game at a time. But listen, when I jump the gun, we have plenty time to talk about Arsenal fretting about City in today's show. But the first thing we're gonna do, people, we just go through the game then. From the game them, how them play this game to that game. We just go through all the games, look at the stats, talk about some things I was seeing in the game. Um, of course, we play FPL, so we are try track certain ball and see what we're going with that. And of course, don't let me forget, once we finish looking at all the games, talking about it, having the discussion, we're going to reveal the score predictions table for the week. So we're going to highlight the winner, of course, or winners if some people tied. And we'll look at maybe the top four, top five. And of course, we have to reveal the worst for the week. And they get a special prize. So stick around to see which one of the contestants this week ended up with the worst prize given out on YouTube. All right, so people, no more chattings just for chatting's sake. Let's get down into some football now. So the first game we're going to talk about is Leeds and Forest. Now we got some bonus football this week because we had a Friday night game in England. Of course, it's Friday afternoon this side of the world. But this game was between Leeds and Forest, and it was a very important game because these are the two teams closest to the relegation zone. So it's one of those relegation 6-pointers, as they would call it. So this one ended Leeds 3, Forest 1, and they went back to Ellen Road being a fortress. Last time they played at Ellen Road, you know what happened to them? They got sacrificed 4-0, but this time they came out swinging, and Forest did not have the answers. And before Forest knew it, they were down 3-0 at Ellen Road. And that atmosphere, when the game is going like that, is pretty much impossible. Good performances all around the field for Leeds, but the game stats look like this for this game. So the expected goals, Leeds had the advantage there, 2.50 to 1.33. 7 big chances created by Leeds. So that's a very impressive stat right there. 7 big chances, not easy to do in a high level game like this. 2 big chances for Forest in the end. Forest did outshoot Leeds, excuse me, 16-14. And Carl Darlow was pretty, he was under some stress at times in the game. But he did make 5 saves on the day. Shots on target, Forest had one more on target, 6-5. Leeds hit the woodwork in the game as well. They converted 3 of the big chances and missed 4 of them. So it could have been much worse for Nottingham Forest, even though they were keeping up statistically. The quality of chance Leeds was able to create was much higher. They scored 1 big chance and missed the other one, did Nottingham Forest. Omari getting the assist in this one, a good cross, getting the consolation goal for Forest. You see the touches in the box. The entries pretty close, 53-48 in favor of Nottingham Forest. Leeds did have more passes. You see the dual percentages right there. Leeds very effective dribbling, crossing, and goals prevented. You want to be in the positive there. One keeper was, one keeper wasn't. I think it was Ortega's debut for Forest as well. Former Man City reserve keeper. But yeah, 3-0. Jaden Bogle getting the first goal. Looked like it was a hint of offside, but ended up being not well onside, but ended up being onside. Had a neat finish to the near post. Ortega I thought could have done a little bit better. He wasn't really. I don't think he made himself big enough on that play. And then some good interplay between James Justin and Aronson set up Justin for a shot when the rebound came back to him, he cut it back on Okafor, had an easy finish to make it 2-0. And then the third goal, probably won't get talked about at the end of the season as a goal of the season, because it's probably not a goal of the season. But for someone like me that used to play striker, the way how Calvert-Lewin took that third goal, impressive, because that's a real quick decision that you have to make, and he executed it perfectly off the chest into the goal after a good run across the box. And then, as I said, the consolation, Lorenzo Luca, the new signing for Forest, getting on the end of a pinpoint Omari Hutchinson cross to make it 3-1. But Leeds putting some distance between themselves and Nottingham Forest, and more importantly, between themselves and the relegation zone. So that was an important 3 points starting off the weekend for Leeds. And like I said, they just had that bad experience the last time they played at Ellen Road. So good to next time out, basically erase that. But yeah, 3-1, this one ended, and it was an entertaining game still. A lot of action, and of course, it was the one game going on Friday, so I did watch the bulk of this game for sure. And it was a good watch. It was a good watch. Very good watch. Man City coming. Losing, we let you think that way, Jason. Scared. No, not a matter of being scared. One game at a time, my G. Gay, he looked good in the back today, man. Not lie. Yeah, man. Man, stop couple chance well. Him block the final action. Drake is going all in on New England Patriots with a $1 million L. Yeah, man, that for reach the boy, man. Every team him go for them always a blow it. Bless up Kemar in the building. Big up yourself, Yeah, man. Upful. Arsenal played great yesterday, but Liverpool played like dog shit today. Just gonna have to do it without help, JG. Yeah, man. A lot of my fellow Arsenal fans were asking for Liverpool to do something. Even myself, once the game was kicking off, I was saying, all right, boom. We don't have to win the game, but at least perform. And to be fair to them, I don't think they played like absolute dog shit, to be honest. But me know it was a troll still. But yeah, that game, we'll get to that game. But yeah, a lot of talking points from that game, definitely. So we're gonna get to that game in due time. So the Leeds Forest game kicked off the weekend. Like I said, it was very entertaining. You could tell that both teams were, playing for something. Of course, it didn't look that way for Forest in the result, but I thought on another day, couple little more bounces go their way in attacking third. Maybe this game goes down as a legendary game, a 4-3 type of game. But this one ended 3-1. I think the minute Leeds got that third goal through Calvert-Lewin, it kind of killed off the game a little bit. So, yeah, that's just how that one played out. But Leeds, very important win. They're standing in the table right now. Very, very important. Bless up yourself in a float. Yeah, man, we're there, G. I go through the game, then, this is like more like a foundation episode, because when we first started the channel and did these review shows and preview shows, it was some late night vibes. And I kind of have gotten away from that a little bit in the past, but today, on necessity, two months they don't want to take in the Super Bowl and thing. And we know that it's a busy week because Tuesday, a midweek fixtures kick off. So I want to get the show in tomorrow night. So I never really want to rush a review show and do preview in a one show. I say, you know what? I'll run out a little later tonight, run through the review show, and then tomorrow we're fresh again for the preview. So the preview can get its own show. You know what I mean? That's how it should be done, right? All right. So next game we're going to pre is the morning game kickoff for Saturday. And what a game it was for the Red Devils fans. Another victory. It's 4 on the trot. So my boy there, I don't even know his name. Anybody know his name? The brother with the big afro, or a lot of hair, because him don't trim, say him not trim till United win 5 games in a row. I think in the Premier League as well. I think was the stipulation. So yeah, the man, I think I saw on a video I saw of him today that this is the first time since he did this bet with himself that United actually reached 4 wins in a row. so, so yo, how sad would it be for this brother if the man them really go win the 4 and then don't get the 5 wins? Anyway, we're not think about that right now, but I just thought that would be hilarious that the man finally reached to the finish line and then don't go through fame. Slight correction on your poll. The City versus Pool game ended 2-1. Jano, I'm gonna put 3. Yo, me I idiot, you know. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna end the poll there. I'm not lie. Yo, I type over the poll enough people because it's a person I like, you know? Alright, we're gonna abbreviate it though because just not want it to take so long. Yeah, add option. No to Brentford 3 and Liverpool 1 and City 2. Yeah, I'm gonna never even put the 3 because of the goal at the end. I just one typo. Yeah, so the poll start over. So let us vote again. I'll say at the end who win. I have a feeling I know who may win still, but anyway, just do it same way, make us see what I go on. All right, so this one ended 2-0. So that's 4 wins on the chat. Michael Carrick means business out here. I tell all my United friends that it's their league to lose, you know. So yeah, I think United is gonna win the league. But the stats on the game look like this. The game was looking poised to be a really good game until this madhead, um, this madhead named Christian Romero has to be the worst captain right now in the world for any club because the man does so much foolishness as a captain and then turn around and score, game winning and game tying goals and make big tackles every match. But every 3-4 games, him head going to take him and I'm going to do some madness. First thing more I ask, was that a definite red card for the tackle by Ramiro? Because one would never believe these people. I know people that actually think that that was just a really hard yellow. I said, John Star, wicked. All that jet. Sam Darnold led the Seattle Seahawks to the Super Bowl and won it. Yeah, man. It literally, if you want to be a quarterback that win the Super Bowl or do well, just forward to Jets and start for like 2-3 years and play like crap and just leave and go anywhere. Geno Smith was doing foolishness with Jets. The man leave and go Seahawks, become a Pro Bowler, go in playoffs and all these things. Sam Darnold leave Jets, go Minnesota, ball out, and Minnesota, actually, I wouldn't even cuss Jets because to be fair, when we got rid of Darnold, he was playing like garbage for us. One bag of turnover, just horrible. Nothing at all. So it never made no sense to keep him. But him still turn the ball over a lot. I think him have like 20 turnover themselves this season, which is a lot. Manchester United really surprised everyone. Yeah, Kemar Brown, may I tell you the truth? I mean, you could see like the summer signings they made, like they're good players, all of them. Embuemo, Sesko, Cunha, they're all good players. The problem was always in that midfield area. And ever since Carrick took over and went to a back 4, The midfield look way more stable, you know, way more stable. So, I mean, they have been a good attacking team in terms of chance creation all season. You know, even under Amarim, who everybody think was the worst in the world, they still were creating chances. So, um, yeah, I think they have a decent team right now. They need to upgrade on the left and the right back. Get some more midfield coverage as well. Maybe even a top level midfielder to add to what them have, because they're gonna lose Casemiro because he's leaving. Which I'm starting to wonder, if he continues to play like this, would they try to convince him to even give them another year? Because he's been playing well, like consistently too, like not just one off, or since Carrick got there or anything. Like he's been one of the more consistent players for Manu all year. But the ball possession was heavy in Manu favor, and that's gonna be typical because 29th minute till the end of the game, they're down to 10. But 1.78 expected goals to 0.49, three big chances to one. You see the shots heavily in favor of United, 8 saves made by Vicario. So he was putting in some work in that game. Shots on target 10 to 1. Domination. Much of the ball in Tottenham defensive third for the entire game. What, 39%? That's a lot. Manu missing two of their three big chances. 78 to 38 in entries. So domination there as well. They were winning the duels as well. Passes. Yeah, so Manu was just more up for it, Less errors around the back. Tottenham was full of errors, getting out hustled, losing the duels, everything. But yeah, the lineups look like this on the day. Romero with his 5.3 for his madness, and Vicario killing everybody because of all them saves. Xavi Simons, honorable mention, played really well. Another different looking performance from him, because I think he's been really lackluster so far, if we're being honest, since he's been to Tottenham. But yeah, the back four and the different midfield has been a revelation. Kobe Mainoo and Casemiro, it seems like their attributes really mesh pretty well together. Whatever Casemiro may not be able to do, Mainoo can do, and vice versa. So it looks to be working out there. And then in this particular game now, didn't Cunha play more off the left? Yeah, Cunha was pretty quiet in this game. Didn't really, influence the game much. Mbuemo got the goal. But Bruno, as usual, pulling all the strings. Goal and an assist. But yeah, look at these numbers. 0.72, 0.5 expected assist, one big chance, 6 key pass. This man took 8 shots. Man did well on score. 84 touches. As a creative player, only lose the ball 15 times. That's good. Very good. 4 progressive carries. Recoveries, ground duels, fouls. Yeah, man, Bruno got his goal late from a Diallo cross. But yeah, Manu rolling along, man. 4 wins in a row. For them league for the go lose now. So let's see. Let's see how Manu do. Manchester Champions League spots in the EPL. Which team you think not going to get that spot? Well, Kemar, the first thing we have to figure out is how many spots. I mean, it looked like it's probably going to be the 5 again. So Arsenal, City, Um, Arsenal, City, third, Chelsea, fourth, United, fifth. Mm, I don't know, man. Fifth, I'm going to say Liverpool. I think Villa miss out, just like last year. And they could go win the Europa League. That's good evening specialty. So that's possible. But the Man U Tottenham game, good game. And Carrick have them a play some good football. I have to be honest. Bias aside, Man U playing a decent brand of football right now. Very watchable. Players expressing themselves. All right, 10 o'clock, wave of games. I think it was 5 games total right at the same time. So this was the Arsenal versus Sunderland game from the Emirates. This one ended 3-0 goals from Martin Zubimendi and a brace from Victor Gyökeres in the second half after he came on. But the stats of the game look like this. Basically even possession, which that should show you all you need to know about Arteta's different approach in games this season, especially. The expected goals 1.49, but look at what they held Sunderland to, just 0.19 on the day. Both teams created one big chance. So the gift is that teams really not gonna do much against us with this style. But the problem is that's a side effect right there. One big chance in this game created the whole game. That have a lot to do with how Arteta want things to go, I think. But what's more important, right? It looking like exactly perfect how you want it to look, or it's looking like exactly how you want it to look, or giving the players that freedom to express and try things and take risks. He says it a lot in the press conferences, we weren't taking enough risks. So, is it that I don't know, bro. I don't know. But either way, this was a good result. And I actually thought the performance was good too. We didn't create as much as I would like, but I thought I like what we were attempting on a lot of occasions. But yeah, they actually had more pass attempts than us in the game. We had 2 more shots on target and 11 more total. We scored a big chance. They missed the big chance they got. We had way more touches in the opposition box. But the entries, Sunderland had 58 and Arsenal had 44. Interesting. Ground duels and aerials pretty close. And they went long a few more than we did. So that was David Raya made a huge difference. Roofs at negative 1.77 and Raya all the way at 0.60. Interceptions, recoveries. Yeah, so that's the team stats. Anytime Saka not playing, we like to check this heat map, which wing we are work with. Look pretty even still. The color. Now I even said this part light up more and trust outside, which makes sense because no one never really did get the ball. I never see him get enough ball. Sunderland, middle third, them thing there. All right. Let's look at the lineups. So this was the starting lineup for Arsenal. Raya, Gabriel, Saliba, Timber. Calafiori got his first start for a while that I can remember. I think it might have been like November, December since him last play. For sure last start. Zubimendi and Rice at the base of the midfield. Havertz was more advanced, playing just behind Jesus, and then out of position beside Jesus for the press, and then Trossard and Madueke left and right wing. Scare at the end of the game, Trossard had to come off, and it looked like he was feeling his hamstring. But the good thing is he walked off, looking to be in some pain, but at least he was able to walk off. That's a good sign, a real good sign. But I thought he was good, very, very good in the game, Trossard. I thought Gabriel, as usual, rock at the back. Raya was solid, very good. But yeah, it was maybe a bit too close for comfort for large parts of that first half. Even there was one spell in particular where it just felt like we are gonna concede. We didn't in the end, and yeah, we didn't. Yeah, Arsenal. Yeah, we didn't concede during that spell, and then once we kind of got into the game a bit more, it really did look like in that first half, a large stretches, we had to score a goal. And it was Zubimendi again popping up with a goal, top of the box, good, smart pass from Trossard to make sure him don't have to take a touch or anything. And where he put that ball was like perfect. Heard some people saying, you can't get beat on the near post as a keeper, but I mean, that was just a rocket shot that skimmed off the inside of the post. So, I mean, it was just executed like flawlessly. Great technique. Anybody want to see how to strike a ball running across your body like that? Just look at that strike by Zubimendi. Perfect, perfect, perfect technique. Textbook. Yeah, so when that went in at 1-0, I think halftime came at the right time for Sunderland, no? Kind of took the momentum away from us going into halftime so fast. And I thought another good spell for Sunderland was like right when the second half kicked off for like the first 5-10 minutes. Yeah, they were pretty good in that stretch right there. And I think, Arteta did pull the trigger right then and there when it looked like things were not going the right way. He made a double sub at 60 minutes, taking off Jesus and Madueke for Gyökeres and Martinelli. And just like many, many times this season, we have to be honest, a part of the reason why Arsenal fans feel good about this season more than any season, obviously we're Arsenal fans, so we feel good about everything. But removing the Arsenal part, even like neutral fans will say, the difference this year is the depth in squad and just the numbers we have. Just the numbers we have, right? So I think we're seeing that play out now because even a game like yesterday, right? It was kind of stale at 1-0. They were playing a little better than us when the second half started in the overall run of play. And he, boom, double change. Gyökeres, Martinelli, come on the field. And then further down the line, Eze comes on in the 67 minutes to just add that different element again. Calafiori just coming back. So, boom, bring on another international from Ecuador in Capie. So, I think the difference is just the personnel. And, yeah, I think having that all those different options and players, I think it gives us confidence, So, as I say, one game at a time. One game at a time. Draw me out. Big up Sherman, what go on, bro? Long time, my G. Yeah, man, Gunners for life every time. Goals win games, sir. Absolutely, Germany. Goals win games. But a lot of times, you can kind of know which team's gonna score more goals based on how well or how badly they attack, or how well or how badly a team defends. That's why you can look at a game and know the odds are one way or the other. They look at tendencies, they look at what level the players are, that play for the team, all these things. So there's levels, and I think the squad itself has raised the level this season. So let's see. Let us see. One thing when we say today to somebody, no matter what we do, we're gonna find out. Because the football now stop play. We knock on something. Mm, trust me. But yeah, Arsenal 3-0. We're feeling good about life right about this time, 9 points clear of everybody. Because at this point, yeah, so 3-0 victory. Good win. Zubi, timely goal. And then, Jesus was for actually a couple games in a row now, really anonymous up front. Well, I wouldn't say that. Mainly when he starts the game, because he had a good performance in I forget what game it was. But I think he came off the bench in that game. Yeah, when he scored, it was against who played last week? Leeds. Yeah, and Madueke, not enough on the periphery. You know, Havertz still super intelligent, find the best pockets of space. And trust as I said before, big baller played well. Zube played well as well. Um, and Rice, usual 7 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. Saliba, clean up on the ball, my boy. Used to look like a glide past people. You're never under pressure, but um, yeah, you need to just say you're general and play like that. Timber, me nah no complaints, my baller. Just keep doing your thing. Just keep doing your thing. See me all give my team pep talk. You don't even know. But yeah, Jokeres, I long to say a score like this for you, my boss. 8.5. We'll take it. Martinelli quietly having a nice season as well. But yeah, 3-0. And at this time, we're at a 9 point gap. But we know things change. Life comes at you fast. All right, let's move along. Big up, MF. Hope you're good, my G. Boy, when I reach your team game yet, but we have a lot to discuss on it. Trust me. All right, next game we're gonna pre now is the Bournemouth Aston Villa game. Now Aston Villa is moving like how Emery said. We're not in a title race. We don't have the team, and they're proving him right. They keep slipping up. Can't really keep the pace with City and Arsenal right now. But one thing's for sure, Morgan Rogers gonna turn up no matter how him team I play. And he scored a rocket goal. When people say you can't get beat on your near post, well, if you're gonna get beat, just show them that Morgan Rogers video because the man connect the shot there. Trust me. And the contrast of his goal, the pure strike, to the second half equalizer by Ryan, new signing, the youngster, night and day. Rogers instep, great technique. Ryan was just running full speed and just improvise. Topo, boom, 1-1. Um, but Emi Martinez made a save in this game. Wow. Trying to remember who took the shot. Oh, Ryan Christie took the shot. Jeez, perfect shot. And the man dig it out of the pigeon somehow. So yeah, Aston Villa. I don't know, man. I don't know what the real Aston Villa is, but Bournemouth had a little bit better possession. They dominated the expected goals. They had three big chances to just one for Villa. They outshot Villa 20-7, shots on target 9-4 even. Um, but they did convert their big chance. And none for wow. That's crazy. Three big chances missed. I'm trying to remember. I know Evan Nielsen. gosh, I have this guy in like 2 draft leagues in a man. And the man take the shot and it fall right to him. And the man could just pass it in with his foot. My boy stooped down and tried. Gosh, I don't know what he was doing. Yeah, man. 3 big chances. But what were the other ones in this? Yeah, Senesi could have done better there. Yep, that's it. No shots, you know. And that save was mad. Almost the Senesi one. You see the tackles. Feel like going to tackle you. 9-4. Let's see. Injuries 64. Bournemouth had more, of course. What is going on with Villa, man? Is it the injuries? This was the lineup. So Mings, Digne, Kanza, Cash. And he been going with Madsen almost all the time now, but switch it up this game. Luis and Onana, not bad. Morgan Rogers, big goal. Sancho, good slip pass. Buendia. So Leon was the first sub, came in for Buendia, dropping a 6.7. 50%. 11 touches. 5. Wagwan. But Leon Bailey, yo. What you guys thought about Leon performance? Anybody here? Come know a lot of Yard fans here. What you guys thought about Leon performance? What you guys thought about Leon performance? What do you think he did in the game? Because some people had some strong words and it wasn't so good that I spoke to. I mean, I didn't think it was like the worst in the world, but not enough. I mean, you're coming on, your team needed to kind of do something and just never materialize, just never materialize. But Aston Villa wobbling, the pressure is different when you're up there. And I just wonder, who was on their bench in this game? Barkley, Bard, Tommy. Okay, so they made some moves and have a few more players. But they need some of these players. They're key. McGinn and Tillemans and Kamara, these are all key players. And they're all out at the same time. But yeah, Leon, I thought he was okay, man. He wasn't great. Wasn't great at all. Well, so Leon need to uplift him game full time now. Yeah. I mean, he's supposed to be at the peak of his powers now. And he's just struggling to really kick it into gear, Like, I wonder if the peak pass. I hope not. But I saw it a move, But Aston Villa, man, they should have done. I feel like if there was a team that deserved to win, it was probably Bournemouth, to be honest. And they missed some howlers. I mean, I still can't get over Evan Nielsen like going down to head that ball. There was no need to do that, bro. You guys know his chance attacking. I think it was like Krupi took a shot and the keeper saved it and it got right to Evan Nielsen. Couldn't believe that. Kemar Brown said he can't play like that against DR Congo next month. Well, Kemar Brown, we have a team to play before DR Congo. I mean, I think we should beat them. Yes, don't get me wrong. I don't think we're gonna lose to them, but we just need to say, hey, New Caledonia. Just get used to saying that name first. You know. All right, Burnley West Ham. Burnley West Ham ended 2-0, and it's like whenever it looked like Nuno side just going to get relegated, then pull out something. And this was another thing, then pull out. Go to Turf Moor, win 2-0. And to be honest, if you're West Ham, you're in 18th and you play one of the two teams below you. It don't matter if you're away, home, whatever. It's a huge clash because you're like, it's a 6-pointer, big swing. So West Ham went in there, did the business, two first half goals. Some of it on fire. I think him scoring like 4 in a row now. And Tati Castellanos, know this player from MLS, was at NYCFC, then went to Spain, I believe, to play, and now he's in the Premier League with West Ham. Now he's in the Premier League with West Ham and scoring goals. Was putting in good shifts so far since he got there, but nothing to show for it. So he finally gets his first West Ham goal. Well, I know for sure first Premier League West Ham goal. Interesting. Man played Callum Wilson with Tati. Ooh, Burnley. Looks like you going down with your friends Wolves, I'm sorry. Kyle Walker, go play some championship, my G. Club captain, You can't jump ship down. If them get relegated, Kyle Walker for just go play it. Sure. Get them back to the Prem. But yeah, West Ham did their thing, Burnley beat them in expected goals. That's interesting. 2 big chance each. Burnley outshot them 18-6. And that is mostly mostly in the second half. That would have been for sure. Tale of two halves. But Burnley couldn't do nothing with their half. They outshot them 5-4 in terms of on target. You see the big chances, both missed by the home team, both converted by West Ham. And that's the difference in the game. 2-0. Two big chance, 2-0. Entries 57-53. So a lot of the metrics, shots on target, total shots, entries, they're close, but Burnley did have the edge. So, something broke down there. It looked to me that like it was just the first goal was definitely just great timing by Fernandez, and he just slipped through some of it at the perfect time. And then the second one was just a quality cross. You can't do nothing about the cross. The cross was so good that all Castellanos had to do was just be in the right spot and direct the header properly. So, Diouf, wicked cross. It must be said. Great cross, actually. Great, great, great cross. So yeah, this game, Burnley West Ham, a big game for the relegation implications, and West Ham got a much needed victory away from home. And Turf Moor should really, the fans at Turf Moor should really like enjoy this final part of the season, because I do think they'll be going back to the champ next year or next season. Everton 2, Fulham 1. 2 own goal scorer in this game, so good to see another game without Arsenal in it with own goals. And Dewsbury Hall got the ball rolling to the comeback in the 75th minute with a neat finish. So the possession was higher for Fulham. Expected goals were very close, 1.97 to 1.88. You see the shots, total shots. passes, 5 yellows for Everton. Wow. 3 on target for both teams. Fulham hit Woodward twice, Everton once. Four big chance miss, 3 big chance miss. And then miss every big chance. Wow. Yeah, you wouldn't want. Wow. Final third entries 49, 44. Yo, this game was a really tight game, you know. It could have got either way. But in the end, Everton just found the goals. They found the goals, you know. And really and truly, Pickford versus Leno basically was the difference in the game. Pickford was just more assured, came up with the big saves in the moments, and Leno couldn't do the same. Leno just couldn't do the same, and in the end, he thumped the ball in him on a goal because I think he wasn't strong enough on the cross. And it's something that I remember from him was an Arsenal keeper. I always couldn't understand how he's such a big keeper, but him don't command him area. Just never understood. Like, throw your weight around, brother. Throw your weight around, man, in the box. Don't let nobody bounce you off the ball. Plus, you get protected no matter what you do. You're going to get a call. So use that to your advantage. Just never understood Leno with that. You know? The lineups look like this on the day. Wilson cool down with the GA, but him still a play good. Dewsbury Hall, I knew when he got that injury and was going to be out, that was going to be a big deal for them because he was really becoming very influential in the team. And NDI, ever since him fall from AFCON, look like him momentum gone. Hasn't been the same, you know, in terms of output and goals and assists basically. But Everton got the big win, 2-1. David Moyes doing well with this team. All right, so that's the Fulham Everton game. There was one other game going on at 10 o'clock as well, and that was Wolves and Chelsea. And Chelsea raced out to a 3-0 lead, 2 penalties by Cole Palmer, and then a good open play goal by Cole Palmer as well to make it 3-0 at halftime. The 2 penalties given away, like it's literally, if you're like, what are some things team that has played 24 games in the Premier League and still have single-digit points, what are some things they would do? Well, blatantly push a player in the back inside the box. I think they would do that. And also the laziest of flicks trying to win the ball, kicking the man foot or wherever Doherty kicked. Just some lazy defending and just, yeah, I don't think they can make the great escape. They always have escaped the last few years, but this time, I think that's why they went and got Robert Edwards, because he's a successful championship coach. And they know that's where they were headed, Eras in the building. My G, what go on? I may not have the Maybach music, but you can bust an applause to the Eras, the boss in the building. All right, statistics. 66% to 34% in favor of Chelsea. Got the domination in expected goals and big chances. They outshot them by 4, did Chelsea. Whole heap more passes, almost 400 more attempted, 63 shots on target. Wolves hit the woodwork once. Big chance scored 3, big chances missed 3. One big chance scored by Wolves. Tolu got that one. 51 to 38, Chelsea had the edge in the entries as well. And Wolves, like I said, lazy penalty giveaways. And look at that. This is laziness too. 4 errors in one game leading to shot. Yeah, I think these players have checked out fully. But I mean, you don't want to be a part of the team with the lowest amount of points. So if I was on that team, I'd be trying to finish up strong if I can. But Rosinha kind of flying under the radar because I think Carrick getting all the praise right now. But Rosinha do the same thing. I think he's won 4 in a row as well, I believe. Or am I just making that up? In the league, I should specify that. But yeah, 3-1 Chelsea. I guess the main and Pedro drew both of the penalties as well in the game. But yeah, Chelsea rolling right along, very dominant display, it has to be said. And I think they'll just be a bit upset in the nature of the conceded goal because it looked like it could have been avoidable if they just were a bit more checked on. But 3-1 Chelsea, that one ended, and they keep marching along as well. Now, the last game of the day on Saturday was a great game. Again, St. James Park seemed to always have these thrilling games at the stadium, right? So this one ended 3-2, and it was an eventful one again. Batman got the goal from a set piece off a corner, equalized not too shortly after that. Vitaly Yanelt from a wicked cross from the left. Trying to remember who whipped that ball in. Oh, it was Atara. Atara whipped that ball into Yanelt. And then penalty awarded right in first half stoppage time. Jensen looked to put it in the slot it into the corner, lifted it a bit, and the hand deemed to be in an unnatural position. So the penalty was given. Thiago steps up, makes it 2-1. And Bruno Guimaraes is taken down on a counter attack. He's going to tap the ball in the goal. It was inadvertent. So I believe that's why he escaped getting a red card there. Man, never even get a card. Wow. That's interesting. Yeah, so where was I? I was talking about the goals, yeah. So Thiago, yep, and then penalty for Bruno Guimaraes, he seals it, so it's 2-2. And I'm sure at that point, St. James Park is saying, we're going to do it again. We're going to come back and win. But Otara with the hammer blow, 85th minute, after a good, very, very good game from him. He's one that came back from AFCON, didn't miss a beat. He's been playing well from him, right as him forward. But yeah, Dango had a really good game, A lot of players did for Brentford on the day, though. Janelt, Dango, Jensen, Thiago. Backline a bit shaky. But Newcastle didn't take advantage, man. 3-2. And at this point, how does look like him just a try find the combinations that make sense because it just seemed like such a thrown together thing. I don't know, maybe that's just me. But I would expect a little better from Newcastle, honestly. Moving into Sunday, Brighton versus Crystal Palace. This one ended 1-0 in favor of Crystal Palace. And I don't think anybody in the entire thing, no, not one person at Palace winning this game. I think they hadn't won in 11 games or something. Some did go for the draw, but yeah, I don't know, man. Sometimes you have to just throw the form book out the window and just base it off of what? I don't know. You have to just guess, which is what we kind of do anyway. But these are the stats for the game. 64% in favor of Brighton. Of course, they're hosting the games. And Palace is a counter-attacking team, so they don't mind that. 1.16 XG for Palace, 0.74 for Brighton. One big chance each. Both teams took 7 shots. 2 on target for Brighton, 4 on target for Crystal Palace. So you see, big chances scored 1. So that proved to be quite a big chance, and it was kind of avoidable as well because, well, maybe not. It was kind of a loose ball, and Westham got on the end of it first, and he was too strong for the defender, and he just released the ball to Sarr at the perfect time. It wasn't offside, and I think it went in off the keeper's head in the end. But yeah, Sarr 1-0. That's all it took. Crystal Palace defended extremely well, and Brighton just didn't pose enough of anything. I mean, how many shots did them take? 7. And if you look at the second half, 1 shot. 1 shot. At least it was accurate. But that's crazy. 1 shot on target the entire second half. And I don't know. I don't know what happened. But Crystal Palace, 1-0 out the blue, just win a game. This Premier League thing don't make sense sometimes. But Brighton continues to not have their, you don't know which Brighton you're going to get week to week. And I've been saying that for a couple seasons now. Last game of the weekend, people. This one was a big one. Not gonna lie. These two teams obviously been battling it out, trying to win leagues for years now. Definitely not a first, second situation this time, but still a lot riding on the game in terms of other teams and everything. So Man City was down 1-0. It looked like Liverpool versus Arsenal all over because Soboslai scored one of the best free kicks I can remember seeing, live at least in real time. That free kick was incredible. Wicked, wicked technique. And it was thought out well too, because even where, don't know which two players it was, they stood in a certain area just to make Donnarumma maybe see it later or whatever. As soon as the man moves, the ball flies right where, I was so good. But it wasn't meant to be today for them to win this game because 10 minutes later, a bit of a lucky kind of goal in the sense that the ricochet from Shirky gives the ball that loop, and have to give Haaland credit though, because that was a directed header through pass to Bernardo Silva. I don't care what nobody tell me. And it was executed brilliantly. And the problem was, I think Van Dijk would have played him offside and everybody else on the back line, but Soboslai, makeshift right back, was just put behind. So yeah, it should have been given, and it was. Um, yeah, 2-1, Man City over Liverpool. Before we get into like the details of what happened in certain moments of the game, let's just look at the overall stats first. So City did have the better XG, 2.75 to 1.21. Ball possession was in their favor as well, 53 to 47. They created 3 big chances to the 1 big chance created by Liverpool. They outshot Liverpool 17 to 15. Allison had more saves to make. Yeah, he had more saves to make, so he was under a bit more pressure. 7 shots on target to 4 in favor of City, and this game was really even in terms of where it took place. Middle third was the most common, but the other ends are the same. Hmm. Final third entry is 56 to 50, so that was so close. Liverpool leading that by 6. I didn't realize the gap was so big in XG. That's crazy. Neither keeper was excellent, but one was better, the Liverpool one. Wait, no. It should be the other way around. How much Donnarumma get? Yeah, so the first half I thought was like a bit dull. I mean, we can be honest, it was very cagey. Neither team wanting to, do too much. Let's see. Yeah, but this 2-1 game was exciting, bro. Telling you. Telling you. So where the game gone now? 2-1. Marmoush missed a big chance. Perez had a good chance too. Should have done better with it. For sure. Should have done way better with it. One Maybach is it. Boy, Campus, you turn up the right time. You turn up the right time, Campus. The reveal is here. So we soon find out how you did, my boss. Big up yourself, my G. Yeah, man, it's $3.99. Let them know. Good to see that Rico Henry playing consistent for Brentford. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Then put him on Batman for mark him. So we just shouldn't put him on no tall people for the corners if we have him the next game, all right? Arsenal fans got it. City more deserving of the title this season because they have beaten LFC twice. City save attacking football and win the title. Winston, you sound stupid, my friend, because who gives a crap where you take the points from when you win the title? Literally, you don't get any extra points for beating certain teams. You get 3 points for every win. So, Winston, stop it. Stop it, bro. Stop it, bro. If City turn around and draw a game with, I don't know, who could they draw with? If City turn around and draw a game with West Ham, right? And then that week we beat Wolves. Just because we beat Wolves, the worst team, now don't mean we're just gonna get one that time, or So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Stop your trolling, brother. But yeah, Liverpool, Man City. Like first thing, right? Someone's like playing right back. It did cause the equalizer, I think, because I think if that's a more alert defensive type player, they make that step up instinctively. They're looking more frequently at where their center backs are, you know? So, but again, like everything else he was doing in that position was working out. He was showing the strength to keep up with the wingers, take the ball from them. Um, Obviously, he's going to give you the passing range from there. And any kind of free kick situation, whether it's a whipped in cross or a strike, he's going to bring that too. So, I don't think Soboslai playing right back is like the end of the world for how they play, because he has a lot of freedom. And I do think that Konate is athletic enough to kind of hold down more of that right side if he needs to. It's not ideal, but yeah, I think it can work. But the argument definitely is, just take Soboslai away from that position and put him in midfield. But I think the problem is like who would play right back then? You want to put Endo out there? I don't think so. But yeah, Gakpo get a 7.1. How? I'm a baller, but what him do? Three key pass. I don't start back get sleepy. 3 out of 3. Okay, the man starts up there. Man successful every dribble. Good ground duels as well. So yeah. Man just turn an idiot in front of the goal though. Ekitike was unlucky. When I timed them with a curling shot, boy. Very unlucky. Entries, Liverpool. Oh, look at one more thing. Prevented. Yeah, both teams made some errors on the day. Yep. So what was your overall thoughts on this game? 'Cause it was a wicked game, you know. It was a wicked game. Stupid, LOL. It's in our DNA, huh? No worries. The good thing is none of them team they have to play none of them game. Eh? There's some different. It's a different team now. Mm-hmm. I feel away, man. All these comments make a lot of sense. Yeah, the Liverpool game. What were your overall thoughts on the Liverpool game? Anybody? Just type in the comment section, like boom. One thing we saw in the Liverpool game that just stand out to you. Well, something that stood out to me in the Liverpool City game was the sharpness. Well, not even the sharpness, but like I have been saying that I think one of the reasons why City been struggling this year or earlier in the season at least was I think that it's time to bench Bernardo Silva. Now, this last game today, it just kind of show why like Pep has even considered that he don't even see him like the man just have to play. This guy is so intelligent, bro. The way how the man see football. There was a pass in particular in the first half. Haaland was clean through, couldn't finish it. But I don't even know how he passed it like that because the ball seemed like he was like mid running and then him kind of just somehow got off a pass. Well, I don't know, bro. I still can't figure out how him do it. I still can't figure out how him do it. But I was calling for him to be benched, everything like that. He's done. But today you see the class, you see why, you see why him play. Just in moments, he's just gonna do these things. And his game has evolved to the point where, he's tracking back all the time. It's not the most effective tackler, but sometimes his brain just gets him to win the ball from people. Glad to see Whisper got his debut. Not the ideal circumstances, no result, but glad he got to touch the pitch. Yeah, man. When I saw him listed in the subs, I was like, yes. Then when Bobby got the red card, I was like, no, for two reasons. Now that means Bobby gonna have to serve a suspension, which we want our players fully sharp if possible. But maybe this rest is good because Bobby been playing a lot of 90 minutes and starting. So maybe this will be a nice little recharge before him get up and going again before the next window. Um, but yeah, I thought when he got sent off, well, that's it. We won't see Richards today because they won't be bringing on attackers so much and all this stuff. But when I saw him come on still, I was like, yeah, that's good. Drama filled, but from my perspective, my side is lost. MF, I agree with you and I don't agree with you. And the reason why I say that, like, to me, Liverpool did good enough today to win. You know, I think the difference with this Liverpool this season is they can't really sustain those spells. Liverpool, when they're unsung, it's like 90 minutes of sustained football at a high level, pressurized, all of that. Um, this season, Liverpool has played much more of the games in little spells. And the problem is the spell when they're not super on point, they are conceding way too much when it comes down to big chances and shots on target and all these things. And as a result, the XG against is higher. Like as evidence right here, almost 3 for Manchester City on the day. So yeah, I think that's been the problem for Liverpool, just a lack of consistency throughout a 90-minute match. And then the lows in those 90 minutes are really low this year, you know. So I think that's been a big issue. Bernardo is Pep's son. He now get bench plus he scored. Yeah, man, but apart from the scoring, man, just everything what he was doing today was so good. Floats a game of utter madness. That last 15 minutes was crazy. Then I remember a possible save of the season. Yeah, that was a rotted save. City needed to sell Rico Lewis. Yeah, is he even playing? I don't see him playing anymore. Rico gone way down. When he first bust through, it was like, yo, this guy is the future. Reinders can't get a game neither. Yeah, some were saying it was soft, but it was reckless, man. He lost his head. What I noticed is that, and he did it earlier in the game, with Marmoush too, with him foot. But I noticed that Liverpool did not hurt my Man United chance of finishing top four. There you go. Find a way to make it relate to your side. Yes, you guys are looking like we used to look. Hmm. MF talking truth, but I know it's painful to say it. I am happy we lost, but it was a good game. I think you want to say you're unhappy you lost, but I'm not sure. Maybe not. I'm happy we lost, but it was a good game. Oh, you want City to chase Arsenal. That's why you're happy you lost. Okay, I get it. City needed to sell Rico Lewis. Didn't that sell Rico? Huh? No, they didn't sell Rico. Rico Lewis still there. If Xavi Alonso have this Liverpool team, EPL is over. That's what Kemar said. Did you see our first half? It was abysmal. It really was. They started the second half a little better, but like you said, they don't stay focused. Yeah, the first half performance was shocking. Let's be clear. But the minute it goes to the second half at 0-0, if I'm Liverpool, I'm feeling great. And they were. They started the second half really good. They look like the more likely team to score in the second half. And Soboslai repay them with a free kick. But before that, they came close. Ekitika came inches close. Gakpo should have done better with a chance. They were creating. They were doing well. We have systematic issues with players and set up. Arsenal will never be able to beat us because of styles. However, City is the only top tier team I'm afraid of currently. Fair enough. Apache, big up yourself, my G. I mean, Allison stayed up in the opponent's box and left the goal unattended. Oh, yeah. I mean, Slat at that point was just saying, who gives a crap? If we lose 3-1 or 2-1, doesn't matter. So, I mean, I understood. As a matter of fact, when they pumped it long before that breakaway at the end, it was Allison who made the contact on the ball. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. He did a mature job of tracking back and staying in the defensive formation 15 minutes and running out the ball. A mature performance. Yeah, well, the coach mentioned that they're gonna have to talk to him some more about that. So, they said that's something that they definitely noticed that he doesn't really quite. I don't think he used the word understand, but they said they have to work on what he's supposed to be doing outside of possession. In all phases. We're allowing Liverpool to get off the hook too easily. It was not a great City. It was a poor Liverpool. Yeah, I mean, look, Liverpool was poor. Liverpool was poor. But I don't think City was great. But City was good though. I mean, City wasn't bad. City wasn't bad. Like throughout the game, they carried somewhat of a threat. But I think Liverpool in the second half was way better than City. But City in the first half was way better. So, one team was better in one of the halves than the other. But I will say, like the first half, it was more dominant by City than the second half, quote unquote, dominance by Liverpool. So yeah, City, if you're measuring who had the most dominance at any point in the game, that would be City in the first half. I was glad for that red card at the end more than the goal being given. That red card will hamper them going into the next match, slow them down as a Manchester United fan. Yeah, look, Szoboszlai is the best player, and red card is 3-match ban. So that's 3 Premier League matches right there. Well, I think the FA Cup game will count. So that's the weekend. Wait, but they're not in the FA Cup. Did they drop out of the FA Cup? Did Liverpool drop out of the cup? I think they did, Oh, no, they didn't. They played Brighton. All right, never mind. So, yeah, so Sunderland, Brighton, and Forest away. All right, so he'll be back for some of the bigger games. But yeah, that's still 3 matches without Szoboszlai. So that's a good thing for all the other chasers at the top 5. When I saw Donnarumma signal for a 2-man wall, I knew that was a mistake. So I made them pay. Hey, somebody asked me something today. It was a good question. Do you put the Szoboszlai free kick above Declan Rice free kick versus Madrid? I personally think the second Declan Rice free kick was better than the first one when he kind of curled it far around the wall. I thought the second one was better. But which one you think better? I know it's hard to ask that question the day of it, because it's hard to go against Szoboszlai today. You have to just give him straight, give him credit. But I thought it was an interesting question because the argument for them was Szoboszlai was way better. But when I said, I think it's clear the first one that Rice scored, but the second one, I don't know, man. Because Rice put it to the same side as the keeper. Yeah, Declan had to work hard, a bigger wall. That's true. It's like a 5-man wall. We will win the CL. Rice free kick was way better. Yeah, I was saying that. I was like, bro, you're a prisoner at the moment right now, But hey, that's hard though. Whenever you watch something great, you want to put it up against the greatest of all time. But yeah, it was still fantastic. Exactly. And we have that type of culture, MF. If a question like that is asked and you pick one of them, it's like the people that pick the other one have to immediately say, defend that one, But like, no, I'm not saying the other one ain't great, I'm just picking one that's better in my eyes. But yeah, look, the game was full of all kind of stuff. Even the mad ending with the Shirky think him score a goal, Szoboszlai pull back, Haaland pull back, Szoboszlai. Like, it was mad. But yeah, the moment of the game though, it wasn't for me the goal, the ending where it was a sending off and this and that. The moment, honestly, for me, was when it was 2-1 City and McAllister strike that volley and it deflect. And Donnarumma dig it out. Bro, I swear that was going in the goal. I swear. But Donnarumma, we knew it too. All fans of all the teams, we knew once Donnarumma came, like, yo, that's a big buy. That's a big buy for Man City because that was really the Achilles heel, Never trust the keeper. Never trust none of the keeper them when them have. But Donnarumma, different level, man. When he's on point, hard to beat. And that was a fantastic save. So many times that loop from the deflection just beat out the keeper, but it helps to be 6'7" or whatever he is. Trust me. I mean, you can't. There's no substitute for height, and then he's so agile for that height too. Declan free kick was way better, more high stakes match. But yeah. All right, so that damn save was something else, man. But the game was wicked, bro. The game was wicked, man. There were some wicked saves too, Campus, because Emi Martinez make a rotted one. My boy Donnarumma make one crazy. There was one other one too. I try to remember which game. Oh, today Henderson. It wasn't as spectacular, but it was needed. Henderson 1-on-1 against the Brighton Greek guy Kostulas. That was a wicked save too. But yeah, man, the Premier League up and gunning. All right, before we show the real table, we're gonna pull up the predictions table because Campos came on asking how him do, because I think Campos is making his debut in the selection on Jason Gooner TV. So I remember our first time. Everybody was anxious. So Campos feeling anxious. He want to know how it go. All right, so let me pull up the results this week, people. Let's get this off the screen. For the neutral, yeah. That was the best player, the moment of the game for real, for the neutral fan. Donnarumma was a difference indeed. Yeah, man, he made a huge difference. To be honest, I don't even feel bad. I expected us to fold. Jano. Yeah, I think Liverpool fans like just show you the difference of psyche when it comes down to like what team you support. Like this whole season, Liverpool's fans have had a real just kind of, I mean, yeah, them upset and thing, but they're just like, yeah, next year we'll be back. That's all I'm hearing from most of them. Next season we'll be unstoppable and everybody feel good. You know, we say if I had to pick one between the two, which save would it be? Have to go with the Donnarumma one, brother. Have to. Because when you factor in the time of the game and what was going on at the time, and you know what I mean, it's you can't top that with all the drama going on around that, and everything in that game so far, and the implications with the title race, and yeah, man, it's a rapid save, man, big, big, big save. All right, so yeah, man, we're not hitch no more. Let's get it going, people. Let me get this up and gunning. Oh yeah, that's what we need for real. All right. So first, let's reveal the champ, and the champion of the week is JB in the building, one of the members of the channel. We love to see it. JB took home the trophy this week with a 6-4 record with one game correct. We had a full board this week, and JB beat out a lot of folks for this. So 6-4 is one correct score. He went with the 3-1 Chelsea win, perfectly spot on. Then we had a bunch tied at 5-5 with two correct scores: Hot Chili, Jaguars, and Float Management Trader. Well, all four of these gentlemen are foundation watchers of the show, so they've been around, them know the ropes. And Hot Chili, not seeing Chile tonight, thought he would be around to let us know how happy he is about the win, but hopefully he's good and he may check in on the replay and drop a comment. But big up yourself, Chile. Anyway, there you got Chelsea 3-1 as well. I also predicted the Bournemouth Aston Villa 1-1. So that's a different one. I don't think anyone else on the entire board picked that 1-1 for Bournemouth Aston Villa. So big pick there, Hot Chili. Jaguars did well again, proving to be one of the more successful ones with the strategy of not doing it in real time. Let it marinate, let the information get in. Then the man drop it later and put it in, and it seems to be a strategy that working for him. 5-5, tied for second here. 3-0 Arsenal Sunderland was predicted, and also a 3-1 Chelsea win. And Float Management also with the same record. Float got the 2-0 West Ham over Burnley and the 2-1 Man City over Liverpool games as his two correct. Yes, people. So that is it for the champions. Now, moving on to the dreaded donkey of the week. Today we have two players that wanted to be this so bad. And we're going to reveal them right now. So people. And sad to say, Campos on his debut is one of the donkeys for the week. 3-7 record with one correct score. Campos did predict the 2-1 Man City Liverpool game, but he was wrong on 7 games this week. Also, Mass Sports World, usually a very reliable picker, had a rough week this week. Got the 3-1 Chelsea game correct. Only got 2 other games right, not the correct score, and missed 7 as well. So, Mass Sports World and Campus, sad to say, you both are donkeys of the week. Not to worry, you don't have long to redeem yourself, Campus and Mass. We'll be back tomorrow night for a preview show for the midweek madness that will be going on in the EPL. The first games will take place Tuesday, so you know my strategy. If the games are playing tomorrow for the match week, we're going to do a preview show the night before, and the night of the last game of the match week, you will see a review show for those matches as well. So that's the format. If you're new to just kind of rope turning in and finding this, that's basically how we do it. So you can look for the content that way. But the best way is to subscribe right now, find the notification bell, and hit all. Yeah, man, that's the best damn way. All right. Big up Pristine. What go on? We're there, We're there. Yeah, man, you're going with that thing again, man. Yeah, Campus. Don't feel no way, bro. You're not the first, and you won't be the last. And like I say, this not set in stone, brother. Tomorrow we'll pick again and you might have win. You never know. So yeah, man. And plus, we love people who really love the football and can discuss football on a level here. Of course, we'll banter each other and we'll donkey the week and this and that. But at the end of the day, we love to talk football. So me hear your takes on the ball and can see say you take the ball game thing. It's not a joke thing, Not a joke thing. So we respect that and want them type of people around where really I live the football, Yeah, man, absolutely. See the spirit there? Yeah, man, bounce back next round. That is it. All right, people. So look, before we head out the building, we have a couple of things we want to do. We want to make sure that we pull up the league table because the man them say Arsenal hearing some footsteps that is making them nervous. But I don't know about that. All right, so this is the Premier League table, people, in full. You have the goal difference, the points, the team form in the last 5, everything. So Wolves, after getting some points out the blue, they're back to reality. 3 losses on the bounce, 8 points. When will they get to the teens? That is the question. Burnley, 2 losses on the bounce now, 15 points for them. Looking bleaker and bleaker by the week. West Ham, 23 points. Not bad form in the last 5. 3 wins, 9 points out of a possible 15. That's not terrible for a team in 18th position. And they're just 3 points away from catching up to Nottingham Forest. They do need to do some work in the goal difference department, but they'll know that 3 points, 6 points, not too bad as far as getting all the way up to even 16th position. Tottenham has joined them in 15th. They dropped because of a loss this week again. Christian Romero with his madness costing them the game. Even though even with 11, the way Manu is playing, they might have still lost anyway. So Leeds and Tottenham on 29. Tottenham just above them due to the better goal difference right at 0. Brighton, they have just fallen off, man. Can't win a game. 2 draws, 1 loss, a draw, another loss today. They're on 31 points now, dropped down to 14th position. Crystal Palace, first win in 12 outings in the Premier League. That's crazy. They got the win, moved up to 32 points, and that jumped them over a few teams, getting all the way to 13th now. Newcastle, 3 losses on the trot in the Premier League, stuck on 33 points now for a while. They are in 12th position. Bournemouth unbeaten in 5, 3 wins, 2 draws. They're up to 34 points in 11th. Fulham, 10th position. They have 2 losses on the bones, 34 points for them. They are just ahead of Bournemouth on goal difference. Then we have Sunderland in 9th spot. Even after losing, they're still in the top 10, 36 points right now for them. Everton with a big win away from home at Craven Cottage moved them up to 8th on 37 points. Brentford in 7th on 39. Liverpool also on 39 in 6th. And the only reason they are ahead of Brentford is because they have scored 1 more goal. So the goal difference are identical, but the fact that Liverpool have 40 goals and Brentford have 39 means that Liverpool take that spot. Now, I believe that this 5th place spot will eventually be a Champions League spot. Right now, it's showing that it's a Europa League spot, but I do think England will get those 5. So that was the $1,000,000 question earlier in the show. Who do I think won't be in the top 5 at the end? And I went for actually Aston Villa. I think they're going to have happened to them what happened last year. They're going to break down a bit just because the team is not as deep as some of the others. I think that's my take. Could be wrong, but we shall see come the end of the year. Manchester United, look at that, 4 wins on the bounce. Them and Chelsea. But Chelsea are 1 point behind United at this point, 43 and 44 respectively. Then we move into 3rd position. Aston Villa got a draw, so they moved up to 47 points. And Man City with that big win coming from behind to win 2-1, they move up to 50 points now, and they are 6 points adrift of Arsenal, who are on 56 points. Arsenal with a goal difference of 32 and Man City with a goal difference of 27. So that is it for the table this week, people. Let's just take a quick glance at the matchups coming up. We will have a full preview coming up, but as I said, yep. Wait a second. It's already saying tomorrow. Why? Oh, because it's over there. It's already. Oh no, it's 12 o'clock. No, damn. Yeah. So later tonight, since it's 12:06, we'll be previewing all these games. Chelsea, Leeds, Everton, Bournemouth, Tottenham Hotspur against Newcastle, West Ham, Man U, Villa, Brighton, Palace, Burnley, City, Fulham, Nottingham Forest, Wolves, Sunderland, Liverpool, and then the one match on Thursday, Brentford hosting Arsenal, and then next week, Wednesday, Arsenal will have to make up a match because of the Carabao Cup final, and that will be counted in this match week as well. But when we're doing our predictions, we will only do the 10 matches from Tuesday to that Thursday, and this Wednesday matchup will just have to be living alone, right? But for fantasy purposes, Arsenal do have 2 games as well as Wolves. So if you wanna get a bunch of Wolves players, be my guest. But you probably more than likely want the Arsenal ones before them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so we're gonna do the 10 games from the 10th to the 12th to get our 10 games. We're not gonna do the Wednesday one of the following week because we want to have the review show Thursday night, so there's no point, right? So those are the fixtures real quick at a glance. Now let's move into the Fantasy Premier League realm. I want to check my side, people. Jason, I will have to get back to listening to your fine analysis. I have to get back in the winning circle. Yeah, man. Jagans are doing thing. Boy, I honestly feel like West Ham going to pull it off with Nuno. I think they did just enough in the transfer market to get some new blood in the attack. And Nuno team's gonna defend decent enough. And it looked like also when him name Ariola being out is like a blessing in disguise because the man who I keep now look like him ready for keep. So I just feel like they're gonna find a way, and I just think I think one of Forest or Leeds is probably gonna get that last relegation spot. And of course, with Leeds, I just think Leeds has a much better thing going right now, especially at Ellen Road, where I think they'll be able to get enough points to kind of stay away from that relegation zone. So for me, it's Nottingham Forest. I think Nottingham Forest goes down. Um, I think West Ham is going to continue to improve and get more points. Yes, I think they made the great escape. I don't think Burnley or Wolves have a chance anymore, honestly. All right, so this week, people, as you can see, I got 72 points. Not bad. Not the greatest in the world, but not bad. I would love to get 80s or 90s, even 100, but not this week. It wasn't meant to be. Sanchez let in a goal when really that they should have defended that better. Chalaba, thank God for defensive contribution points. Him get 4, Gabriel and Timber, customary clean sheet points. Rice got he got defensive contribution. Nice. So yeah, 5 points for Rice. Rogers with a goal, man of the match. 10 points for him. Harry Wilson, nothing today, just 2. And I did captain Bruno Fernandes. I dropped Saka and got Bruno. And then Jesus, Haaland, and Thiago. So for once, I don't captain Haaland and get a little bit more than Bruno. But, 22-20, 2-point difference wasn't going to kill me. But 72 points is what I ended up with. And let's see what that means for the leagues that I'm in. So King of Jamaica, still in the lead there with 72 this week. Reason Boss chasing. Back off Reason Boss. iSports Fearless. Now this one have, I don't know, about 700 odd people or something like that, almost 1,000. And I'm in 22nd now. But that's really sad because earlier this year I was all the way at the top of this one as well. But look, that's not insurmountable. So we'll keep putting in the work. My fantasy league is only right. I'm in the lead. Demo is trying to catch up. And Captain Gabriel. This man end up with 0. I tell you. Damn, this man get 91. Alright, that's mine. My sports world. This is the other one I'm not winning. I'm in second here because this brother Vitali going crazy from where they are. But second there can still forward, and then Sports DTM have just a 10-point lead over Stephen Walker. But yeah, that is it, man. Fantasy draft leagues. But then a fourth another one, yeah. We get 39 this week. That's it. Mitchell get a full clean sheet and him there on bench. I'm gonna start Virgil like a piece of junk. 1-1-1-0. 2-2. 1 for the keeper. Yo, Twiz. 66, bro. Oh, Zubi. And Palmer. No wonder. Alright, did I win my game this week? Finally. Finally, brother. Always I lose them game at star. Fixtures. No, not those type of fixtures. For us. League. Results. 56-30. Nice. Henderson with an 8. Oh, bonus. Cahill, O'Reilly. Semenyo, Kukurea, Palmer. Trossard, Rice. And this one I got a 43. Star McCann. Shrink the lead. Yep, so that is it, people. That is it for Alma draft. Traditional fantasy. I have some work for doing everything. But yeah, it should be a good week. Quick turnaround. So man have to sort out them stuff from now. Start look about the fantasy, because it comes pretty fast. Before we head out though, all my reggae boys fans them. We have to big up the U17 reggae boys. They were able to pull off a massive victory today, 12-0 over Cayman Islands. And in the same group, Canada, who's going to be our final opponent, they faced off against Aruba, who we already beat 3-0 in the first match day. They were able to beat Aruba today. I think it was 5-1. Just make sure that is correct. I think that's right. So those results just basically mean that moving forward, when we play Canada on Wednesday, all that would be required would be a draw. And that's a good thing most of the time, but I have a little bit of PTSD, not PSD, PTSD, due to what happened to us last year when we needed a draw. Didn't quite work out in our favor, so yeah. Yo, where's this damn thing, man? Yeah, 5-1. Yeah, so I'm gonna show you guys real quick. Since you're not there. So this right here is the group standing as it stands. Jamaica leading due to a superior goal difference of plus 15, plus 7 for Canada right now, minus 7 Aruba, minus 15 obviously. But they're both on 6 points and we play each other. That game will be coming up. Round 3. And that game will be at 3 o'clock on Wednesday. So I will probably be around for that. So hopefully I can just do that one live for you guys. I haven't gotten to do any of these matches live for you. So yeah, I will be here to try to bring you all the action from that. We can do a watch along. Hopefully we can have a celebration afterwards as well. After Jamaica qualify for the World Cup, that would be great. All the stuff going on with Jamaica football fans getting so down about the conclusion to the World Cup qualifying cycle, even though we still have the playoffs to play, the disappointment was all around. So we would love to get one over the line. And, just based on the results today, I would venture to say that we have a decent shot to get the job done in that next game. So boys, play with the same confidence, play with the same fight, and just try to play to your strengths. I think we saw some things that we could perhaps exploit about Canada in what we saw against Aruba. But yeah, we're gonna hold that close to the vest until the day of the match. Once Canada No, because I believe Canada, if they could fly drones around the place watching people train, they could very well just watch a little YouTuber like me that them hear about and hear talk sense. So we don't want to give them the blueprint for stop with. And so the day of when we start the stream, little before the game will kick off, we can run them out a little bit more. But I learn my lesson, people. I really and truly believe say the tactical preview them when I give the other team bad enough. Come I talk about what them need for the play Jamaica too. We can't do that. I go wait till well see that's the thing. Like how am I gonna get ratings if me not telling them before it happen? You know? I mean I do it for the ratings. But just want people know say actually do this. Like we can really sit down and tell you what happened in a game based on how the team then play. You know? But the only way to prove that to you is if I'm telling you before the game, though. So it's a tough one, people. It's a tough one. The people like we can't get too big then because the minute you get too big now, them really go watch and a pray. But we know that inevitable. From you put in the work and stay consistent, you'll get big. So hey, we're gonna remember them days of people, all the subs them now where watch me show them now and thing. Yeah man, I remember them days, yeah, man. Trust me. Anyway, Jamaica, as I say, you guys have it in your hands. You guys have it in your hands. And I just, you know, I don't know if this is too much, but me, man, I get the clips from last year, when El Salvador celebrate a go World Cup, and show that to the boys, I say, yo, we need to avenge our brother them from this. But no, I don't want this feeling like your brother them did have last year. Yeah, man, that me what I do, man. I don't agree. Show them the clip, man. And the man, them are, hey. I stand up and take picture in front of the qualified for the World Cup sign. Yep, Canada match will show us if we're ready. Absolutely. Yeah, man, it should be a good matchup, man. I was kind of surprised, man, that Canada could not score more today, but it just looked like maybe that is not for them game, just scoring a bag of goal is not them thing. I don't even think they played bad. They missed chances like wow. Um, so it could have been more than just a 5-1, but that's what it was, man. 5-1. I mean, we beat Aruba 3-0. So they scored more against Aruba than we did. But boy, did we score more than they did against Cayman. Wasn't even close. It makes that 3-0 against Cayman look really bad. And I know in that game they missed 20 million chances too. So it could have been way worse. Did they miss 9 clear chances as well as the 3 they scored? Maybe not quite 9. But at the end of the day, I just asked for one thing when this game was coming up. Just better Canada score against the team. And the man them listen to me and them do the assignment properly. Flying colors them get for that match there. 12-0. Yeah, man. Good work. Yes, Seattle Seahawks, bro. Forget Patriots, brother. Buck Foston. So I want to say, people, when I understand what go on, U17, top of the table alone go World Cup, So draw and we in. Win and we in. That is it. All right, I could just do a quick, because we love football, we just love EPL. So we're not going in detail too much. We just look on the top of the table. Barcelona, Real Madrid, Atletico, top 3 in La Liga, top 4 Villarreal in there. But 58 points for Barca, 57 for Real Madrid. So we have a title race brewing in Spain for sure. So that's La Liga. Now let's go to Bundesliga. Standings. So Bayern with their customary 6 points, but sometimes it's worse. Sometimes it's like 12 at this point. So the fact that Dortmund have 5 wins on the trot, That's a good look. That's a good look. Dortmund might need to win at least another 5 in a row if I have a chance to even touch close to Bayern, because you see they have some lean results in their first loss of the season and a draw right after. So that's like unheard of for them in this league this year for sure. So that's La Liga, that's Bundesliga. Let's move on to the Serie A. See how that's looking. I think Inter should be leading this one. Yep, Inter on 58 points now. Milan had their game postponed, so they have a big 8 point gap over the second place Milan with a game in hand, and Napoli now 9 points adrift, even though they have one, two on the bounce. Look at Inter, 5 wins on the track. That's why they have widened that gap there. Serie A. Try that one again. Bundesliga, La Liga. Okay, Liga. PSG spanked them 5-0. But PSG only a 2 point lead on loss. So not bad at all. Decent looking race right now. Lyon up to third. Marseille stuck at 39, brother. Or high 30s. And can't crack the 40s. Lille going backwards as well as Rennes. So none of these teams really going for it. Strasbourg, 2 L's. So a lot of L's. Who the hell is winning in the league? Oh, Lyon and PSG alone. All right, cool. English Championship, the heat up. I get towards the end. 46 game them play. Yeah, so they have 15 left. Some have 16. Middlesbrough on a tier. But don't look now, Coventry and Middlesbrough. There's 1, 2, 3 teams eyeing them promotion slots now. So that's going to be a true race to the end now. Because that top 2 is very, very, very worth it. You don't have to worry about the madness in the playoffs, none of that. That's going to be huge. But that's the championship right there. So yeah, we just took a look at some of the leagues and everything, see what's going on. Let me check League One, took a few ball over there. See if them can get promoted. Luton just on the outside, but them get 2 wins now since Casey reach. Them need for keep winning. Stockport up there as well. But yeah, man. That's a little quick roundup of some ball game around the world. See how some leagues looking. 3 times now in a row it's coming down to the last game. Yeah. Wait, the U17 before that it came down to the last game too? I don't think so. Who was on that U17 the last time? Was that the Jam? Not the last one last year, but the one before that. Was that the Jamani Bell team? I think that was Jamani Bell. Who else was in that team? Can't remember. I know Jamani was in it, but who else was in that team with him? I guess that would have been a team with like Ronaldo Barrett, maybe. Low to mid block and beat them up on the counter and we're good. Yeah, man, just need to have that tactical discipline. Just drill into them. Listen, these are the triggers to get into the block. These are the triggers to break it if you need to. But have a clear plan so everybody on the same page. That's all my ask. And scout the other team, please, coaches. Even a little bit. Just watch both games they played in the tournament at the very least. And have some kind of information to give your players. That would be nice. Are Arsenal winning the league? Red Skull. Let me see. This book have my predictions for the season in it. I'm not change. Whatever I made right in this is what I think I got. I literally picked Liverpool to win the league, yo. I literally picked Liverpool to win the league. I've never, since I've started predicting the season like this, I've never picked Liverpool. I've never picked not Arsenal to win. And I think I just did that because I've not tried to not pick Arsenal. So Red Skull, honestly, I think we are winning the league, but just chill, just chill, just chill. Seem like the PGMOL want City to win. Oh boy. I think they want a title race. So I think everything will be happening to get the race tighter. Yeah, I do think that. But I don't think they really care who wins, to be honest. Either way them bid, money wise. But yeah, people, I hate that, you know. Big up yourself, big up yourself, big up yourself, big up yourself. All right, people, we're out of here. Late night. The time to get some rest. New week starting. We need to get some sleep for that. All right. So big up on yourselves, people. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Jason Gooner. This is Jason Gooner TV. And you know the thing said. Cannon them a blaze, you know. Hey, people, when I even score a set piece weekend, you know. I'm Jason Gooner. This is Jason Gooner TV. We're out. Yo, me believe in you know. If none of them do, I do.